Welcome to day 3 of our Tasmanian adventure. Today is going to be a massive test of endurance, and it starts while the rest of the world is still fast asleep. To beat the crowds and catch the best morning light, we woke up at 5:30 a.m. in freezing temperatures, laced up our boots, turned on our headlamps, and headed straight into the dark forest of Freycinet National Park. Our first mission of the day is the hike up to the world-famous Wineglass Bay Lookout. Walking up this track in the early twilight is completely peacefully. Have the entire mountain to yourself. The trail climbs steadily through huge hazards of coastal woodland, and when you finally step onto the viewing platform, the reward hits you. That perfect, flawless white sand curve of Wineglass Bay glowing in the soft morning light. It is an absolute masterpiece of nature. But we aren't stopping there. The weather today is completely clear.com and favorably end in Tasmania. You have to take advantage of perfect weather when you get it. So, we decided to push ourselves to the absolute limit and tackle the beast standing right next door, Mount Amos. The warning signs at the trailhead don't mince words. This track is notorious, physically demanding, and heavily relies on your shoes gripping bare stone. As soon as you clear the tree line, the trail turns into a giant, vertical wall of smooth granite. You literally have to scramble on all fours, using your hands, boots, and body weight to friction climb up the rock. If there is even a drop of rain, this mountain turns into an incredibly dangerous ice rink. But today, the sun is heating up the stone, giving us the perfect grip as we pull ourselves up higher and higher over the peninsula. After an exhausting, lung-burning scramble, we finally conquered the summit. Standing up here, completely surrounded by a cool, crisp mountain breeze, the feeling of accomplishment is unbelievable. Getting on top of this mountain gives you a true bird's-eye view of the entire Hazards Mountain range, the sapphire blue waters, and the endless coastline stretching out to the horizon. This is why we travel. But what goes up must come down. And honestly, navigating the steep slope back down Mount Amos is harder on the knees and joints than the climb up. You have to carefully plan every single step, lowering yourself down the granite inclines while hoping your boots don't slip. Through some seriously hard walking and a lot of focus, we finally made it back to the base safely, hopped back into our campervan, and hit the road. We began driving north along the spectacular Great Eastern Drive, heading toward our next major destination. About 40 minutes into the road trip, we pulled into the beautiful coastal town of Bicheno. For a quick pit, we spent about 20 to 30 minutes stretching our legs at the famous Bicheno Blowhole. It's incredible to watch the ocean swells compress beneath the granite rock shelf and violently launch massive plumes of whitewash straight into the air. From Bicheno, we continued our journey north, driving for another hour until we finally arrived at the legendary Bay of Fires. When you look at this coast, it's easy to assume it gets its name from these incredibly bright, neon orange rocks lining the turquoise water, but the history behind it is fascinating. As the daylight began to fade, we pulled into Cosy Corner Campground, an unbelievable free camping reserve tucked right behind the coastal dunes. Just look at this sweeping drone view of our home on wheels, parked right on the edge of the wild ocean, to celebrate conquering a mountain and driving across the state. We fired up the camp stove and cooked a rich, steaming bowl of pork, thukpa, for dinner. Make sure to hit that subscribe button right now, because tomorrow, on day 4, we are leaving the ocean behind and heading deep into Tasmania's hidden rainforests. See you in the next episode.